Are you afraid that artificial intelligence or aliens will take over the world? You are right to be afraid. Today I'm going to tell you some creepy theories about what could be threatening humanity, and they look suspiciously like the truth. Like and subscribe, and you'll get a dose of madness from me. Let's start. Antarctica is a continent that is almost completely covered with ice. And no, this is not a theory, but a proven fact. It's clear that this isn't the most comfortable place on Earth, so people live there only at research stations. There's no Costco, no McDonald's, there are extremely few animals, and even fewer plants. Kind of a bummer, to be honest. However, under the kilometer-thick layer of ice, something extremely scary can be stored. Namely, Arctic viruses. Did you know that on this land, it's forbidden to extract any minerals and carry out any fishing until 2048? Conspiracy theorists claim that it's not about protecting nature, but about deadly viruses that have been hidden under the ice for thousands of years and against which people have no immunity. What will happen when they reach the surface? Nothing good. But the problem is that these viruses do not have to be dug up. They can be released due to global warming. Viruses from the upper layers of ice can remain in the permafrost for tens of thousands of years and still retain the ability to infect living organisms. And in the deepest levels, viruses can live for millions of years, and it's not known at all what huge monsters they could have destroyed in the past. Well, if viruses don't kill us, aliens might, or not. For years, humanity has been trying to find evidence of the existence of extraterrestrial life. Why is no one responding to our messages? There is such a thing as the Fermi paradox. It sounds like this. Many arguments can be put forward in favor of the fact that somewhere in a corner of our vast galaxy, there is an advanced extraterrestrial civilization, and maybe not even one, which is easily able to establish contact with neighboring planets. But for some reason, we still haven't received any indisputable evidence of the existence of these neighbors. Then where the hell is everyone? Why is no one answering us? Maybe aliens are just watching us like humans watch ants. Do we seem too repulsive to them? One of the solutions to this paradox is the dark forest theory. Its supporters believe that life exists in the universe, but it's just too intelligent to risk its butt, or whatever it is they have. First of all, aliens think about the survival of their species. They understand that our universe is a huge space that can be inhabited by advanced civilizations. However, they believe that it's better not to get in touch with them because among them there can be aggressive guys and just such devilish individuals who like to move furniture at night and wake up everyone around. Well, you definitely have neighbors like that. And such behavior is completely logical because the devil knows what kind of troubled people live on that Pluto. Or maybe the aliens already know what to watch out for and that's why they don't come forward. If this is true, then what the hell kind of monsters live in our universe? Science fiction is particularly fond of this theme. There is one short story about how mankind did receive an answer from space. It went something like this: stop texting because they will hear you. This is especially frightening considering that we've sent information about humanity and its location into space. Just number one in the list of stupid ways to die as far as I'm concerned. Another explanation for the lack of contact with extraterrestrial civilizations may be related to artificial intelligence. It turns out that some scientists are considering the possibility of the emergence of artificial superintelligence, abbreviated ASI. This is no longer a GPT chat that a student can write. ASI is capable of such things that we cannot even imagine. Not only would it surpass human intelligence, but it would not be limited by the speed of human learning. According to some, ASI is something like a new level of development, not only of technology, but also of our civilization as a whole. And only after our planet is pumped with super intelligent artificial intelligence will we be able to communicate as equals with other advanced civilizations. And here is a hidden danger. Entities already pumped with something similar to ASI can see a threat in other life forms and destroy them to avoid competition in the expansion. So far, our technologies have not reached such a level, but a breakthrough is not far off, and even if aliens don't kill us, there's a risk that Earth's artificial intelligence will take over and then destroy us, or turn us into batteries like in the Matrix. To prevent this from happening, be careful and see which of your relatives and friends cannot pass the CAPTCHA on the internet. With the development of artificial intelligence, people are increasingly experiencing the so-called uncanny valley effect. This is when you look at something that looks very much like a person, but is definitely not a person, but a robot, a mask, or a portrait generated by a neural network. There's a theory that this effect arose evolutionarily and long before neural networks appeared. Humans are given evolutionary traits that are useful for our survival, but why do we have a trait like fear of human-like beings or objects? This fear could have developed in our ancestors because of the dead. The deceased, although they had been human in the past, turned into a bag of diseases after a few hours, so even touching them was deadly. The instinctive fear of the dead is somewhat similar to the effect a person feels when looking at a robot trying to impersonate a human. But our planet may not wait for an alien invasion and go to light much earlier. The sun is one of the main reasons we exist, but at the same time, it can become something that destroys us. Something constantly explodes on it, and solar storms affect the fact that you have a headache or the ice rink in Genshin collapses. But that's still nothing compared to what this infernal bullet is capable of. A truly massive solar storm can knock out all electrical systems on Earth. It's interesting that this has already happened in the past, when a storm burned all the telegraph lines, and it's quite likely it could happen again. Many problems will arise. All services that depend on electricity will stop, that is. Well, probably absolutely all services. Hospitals, banks, factories, even your computer with anime in it will shut down. The cell phone connection will disappear. The pumps will stop pumping water, and we'll find ourselves in the Middle Ages. Or in Ukraine in February 2023, where there was a complete blackout. But if you are a supporter of solipsism, this should not scare you very much. This is such a philosophical idea, and to explain it briefly, it'll go something like this. Everything you see and hear does not exist outside of your mind. There are no people, no space, no relatives, no cats, and no computers. It's all just a product of your stupid brain. It's scary to think that you might be the only self-aware being in the universe. Everyone else you talk to may think they exist, but you can't prove it. If this is true, then you are completely alone in this strange universe. But there are also advantages. You can do whatever you want, as if you live in GTA. Boltzmann's imaginary brain experiment also explores this topic. According to one of the most common theories, our universe arose simply from nothing. If such an improbable event could happen to the entire universe, why can't the human brain arise from nothing in the same way? So, what if you're actually a brain that came out of nowhere? It was created in the moment and contains all the memories that you seem to have experienced. You think you've lived many years, but you were actually born at this particular moment, and all your memories are false. If you are not a millionaire now, then your brain lacks imagination. Moreover, there's a high probability that the next moment you'll be swallowed up by the nothingness from which you arose. Maybe physically you're just a brain in a jar, but there's a theory that consciousness is immortal. It can't die, instead just being transferred from one version of reality to another. Do you remember the times when you've almost passed away? According to this theory, you did die, but your consciousness just teleported to another world where it never happened. It's up to you to believe all this or not, and my job is to remind you that this channel is full of other interesting videos about our incredible and slightly crazy universe. Click on the video that appeared on the screen to watch, but do not forget to like it before doing so. And that's all. Bye, and please don't dig up anything in Antarctica.